Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Shadow Secrets Oracle with Sean. I am so excited to be here right now. It is Saturday, the 25th of April, 2020, just a little about quarter after midnight. And I hope that you're hearing my voice and doing well, and that you're comfortable and hydrated and fed and getting enough sleep. So, I don't know what all of y'all have been up to, but I have been sticking with my meditations, and I've been really working on setting some strong intent and high-minded goals for myself. We are in Taurus season now, which is my sun sign, officially since our new moon on Wednesday, Thursday. And it was a little rough for me. The new moon is always a little rough for me. The energies seems to be, it's a dark time. So it's challenging for many of us working with those energies. So I did make some new candles for myself, and they are set with a higher intention in the 3 higher chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra colors and intention that went into making them, and all of that focused on bringing me in line with that new moon energy and harnessing that power of untapped possibility and just unlimited possibility. So with the new moon, now that it's growing into a Scorpio full moon that we're going to have in the sign of the sun sign of Taurus, it's just it's going to be a very powerful full moon that we're working into. Also, Scorpio is actually the astrological opposite of Taurus, and even in my personal dealings with Scorpios, it's like, conflicting energies, challenging. It's challenging, but it's opening up time. So now we're setting this intent, moving toward this Scorpio moon, and we're setting a positive intent to move forward into this new shift of energy that has opened up for many of us here, if we're following that flow. And the Scorpio full moon is going to really be a time of blasting that intention into action, into the 3D realm. So I'm just going to do a clarity spread for us, for those of us, like I have been saying, if you've been following along with my readings here on my page, that and you gel with these messages that I'm channeling and bringing through, awesome. And I hope that, in the dark times, that, it's helpful to have something to identify with. So sometimes I can get depressed and dark, and maybe some of my messages come through as kind of weary, but sometimes that's there for you to identify with, to know you're not alone as well, and that, if I can pull myself out of it, you can too. That wasn't the best shuffle there. Let's try that again. I got out for a walk to one of our state metro park, actually. There's too many people all around. We're still doing the social distancing here. I'm in Michigan. I'm actually in Wayne County, which, if anyone's listening that doesn't know me, so it's like one of the hot spots. But I have been tasked with caring for my grandmother. There's a little explosion over there. And so I haven't been out much. I haven't had to go out much for things. We've been getting a lot of deliveries and staying inside, our little bubble as much as possible. So I just want to send out gratitude right now, and I am thankful for where I am and what I have, and thankful for the people out there that are doing the work that they're doing to help keep things rolling on the outside. And I just hope that the energy that I'm generating and the things I'm doing on the inside here are supportive and useful also. So we're just going to do a clarity spread on our situation. And 3 clarifying cards using the deck of the Wild Unknown. I keep dropping giant chunks of cards here. Sorry. My energy's been a little wacky. I've been doing these guided meditations the last few days, and they're really otherworldly and kind of zapping me out of seriously, like zapping me out of my known physical experience, like without drugs. So it's pretty cool. It's this Marcy Locke Peace for the Planet group on Facebook. So she's doing some really awesome SHIT. I don't know if you're supposed to swear on YouTube or whatever. I mean, I don't want to get any less traffic because of it, so I've been swearing on a lot of my videos just because that's my nature. And I'll try to be mindful of it. All right, I think we're ready to go. I was looking in the book too, just moving forward, reading with the Wild Unknown, and I've been shuffling and getting reversals that I've been interpreting intuitively because there are no reversals in the book. And then there is actually a passage in the handbook where the writer says that they don't interpret reversals off this deck because they just feel that the meanings of the cards are so strong. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward, reading from the meaning from their book with these cards, even if they are in reverse. But if I do get an intuitive take on it, I'm going to go with that too. Just saying. Ooh, so we got the Tower. Let's see where my line is here. All right. Got the Tower. That Father of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. And there's the Bull. Taurus season. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do a Moonology and a Kuan Yin card also. And we may pull some more clarifying cards as I get into the meanings and what is going on here. You get step out of your comfort zone. I get this card every time I use this deck. It's like it just is the crowning card for the Moonology deck for me. All right. So it's been pushing us, this energy with our collective experience, and for many of us personally and internally, in many ways, this energy has been forcing us to step out of our comfort zone. And so we will continue to be experiencing that energy, and the more graceful we are about it and aware and joyful about it, the better the experience is going to be. All right, this is the one I want. We have Daughter of the Phoenix. Kuan Yin. Thank you, Kuan Yin, for your grace and compassion. Kuan Yin, Daughter of the Phoenix, says, when the soul is ready to spread its wings, it goes through a deep cleansing, a preparation for the new. Like the phoenix that is baptized through celestial fire to be born anew, you are going through such a phase of heavenly purification, preparation, and initiation. Soon after, you will enjoy greater spiritual peace, divine power, and advancement on your divine path. I think that's beautiful with the step out of your comfort zone card. In the North Node, it's a karmic point where, we're shedding all these things about ourselves that no longer serve us. Our world is shedding parts about it that no longer serve it. And we will emerge renewed. So I'm just going to flip the tower over so you can see it. And I got the Five of Wands as the situation card. And in the deck guidebook, the Five of Wands talks about a scattered energy and a lack of focus and being lost or feeling lost, which is completely acceptable anytime, really, when you're on a soul journey or in a dark night of the soul, which, is something that I'm quite accustomed to in my normal existence outside of this collective experience of feeling scattered and lost that many of us are going through. So, again, some of us are more oddly prepared for this experience than others, but this is a, feeling that can come over us, especially now. And it's a card of conflict. So it says that you could find yourself distracted and tending to everything and nothing. Since wands deal with our dreams and goals, it usually means this conflict resides within. Your energy moves outward in many directions, yet you're suffering inside. Take this card as a warning and find ways to bring calm and focus to your mind, or these troubles will only increase. So obviously there's many things that we have to take care of in the 3D realm to ensure our success, our survival, our comfort. And it's going to pull our energy, in all kinds of ways. But, if you haven't been meditating or trying to, find some type of inner quiet for yourself, or, whatever it is that brings you to a place of peace and joy, if it's sewing projects or cooking or, you know, whatever it is that just comes easily to you. Go with that path of least resistance, you know, and if you're coming up against a lot of resistance in yourself or just in the world around you with experiences and things, you know, look for the lesson there and look for what it's trying to teach you and tell you. I don't believe that we're supposed to stay in uncomfortable situations. You know, I don't believe that we can heal in uncomfortable situations. So I believe that there should be a goal of getting out of this place of discomfort. And whatever you can find that brings you to that calm, go with that. And whatever is pulling you away from that, you know, you can't always avoid it. You can't, you know, sometimes you can avoid it for a few hours or whatever it is, but you're going to come back home, or you're going to, you know, whatever it is, wherever the source of distraction or tension is, many times it's unavoidable. So we just have to find ways to counteract it. And for me personally, I know that it's quite difficult, and I've had years and years of training of being distracted and focusing on the wrong things and just being overwhelmed with being lost to the point of not being able to create anything at all, and only being able to create from a place of distress. You know, so it's very important, and this card is a warning to find ways to bring calm and focus to your mind, or this scattered energy is just going to overtake you, and it can become very troublesome. So, like, for example, myself, something new that I have started with my new intention that is new for me, even making candles, honestly, with colors in them is new for me. So I am stepping out of my comfort zone, and I've made myself a schedule to try to adhere to, but it's, you know, prioritizing the things because I have the time to do it and the freedom to do it, and it's prioritizing the things that speak to my soul, like I've been talking about, the things that are going to, you know, come easily to you without that resistance. And I'm, you know, making a schedule of, you know, this is, you know, what you should accomplish today. And every day I'm making like different goals for each day. And that's a totally new thing for me. So it might seem simple to some of you, but it's like, it's like brilliant breakthrough for me to do it. And I got through most of it so far today. I still have time. I haven't gone to bed yet, so the day is not done. But yeah, we really need to find these ways to bring this calm and focus to ourselves, because like with these activations and these group guided meditations that I'm doing, it's like it does, when you really open yourself up to what's holding you back and like what is the most frustrating part of your life emotionally, it's like if you could just change that perception and be able to be free of it and like find a new place of being, that's what I'm working for. And so I hope that you guys are too. And so it is a warning, you know, to make sure that we're doing that systematically, strategically, because if we can't, just entropy happens with energy, and it's like it just disintegrates, and it's like it just dissipates. And there's so much powerful energy right now around us, and that we can tap into and use. And it's just, you know, it would be a real shame to waste it. So with the tower is like, you know, tumultuous change, which is what we're experiencing, really. 16. The Tower is a time to brace yourself. The well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is crashing down around you, and your world may feel as though it's literally falling apart. You didn't see it coming, but even though it's painful and confusing, this phase that we're going through, it will be over soon. And you'll look back and feel grateful that things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. I really don't feel like I even have to say anything in addition to that. The Father of Swords energy has been coming up for me in these readings with the Devil energy. It's an energy that blocks me from ascending to like just a more balanced state. So I'm not surprised that it shows up again next to the Tower, because it's like something else I've been kind of digging in this meditation that I'm learning is about, recognizing where the resistance is and like moving deeper into that. And it's like you can't run from conflict and obstacles. You can't hide from them. You can't just stone yourself down and think that it's not going to matter anymore. It's just like one of my favorite strategies to just smoke weed about it. But this Father of Swords energy is something that, even though like I don't feel warm and cozy about it, we all have it in ourselves. Like, it's in myself too, and I need to identify with it in myself. I need to identify with it outside of myself and appreciate the lessons that it's teaching me, even as stern and difficult and cumbersome and uncomfortable and really unwanted as they may be. He's got like this sword of all of the chakra energy, so there's lessons there that have to be learned. And so, like all the Swords family, the Father has a gift for perception. He's a distinct ability to remove himself emotionally from a situation so that he can truly see it from all angles, and is therefore respected by others who usually describe him as fair or just. He's responsible with deep ties to his family. And I know that it's not a Virgo card in the tarot officially, but like just because of that analytical nature, and I've been surrounded by Virgos, it always hits me as like this Virgo energy that I don't gel with and that I don't identify with because it's so unemotional. But it's like, and I'm just applying this to myself so that I can explain what I think it means. But I feel like it's something that, like I said, we have to understand that in ourselves. And so as emotional beings, it's something that we have to master to be able to emotionally detach from situations and remove ourselves and our emotions from the decision-making process sometimes, and be able to be analytical and be able to just perceive without feeling. And to be able to master that skill for me is definitely be like, taking a foreign language. So, and like I haven't ever really done well at foreign languages. It's like math to me. It's just not my realm. So, but it's a challenge, and it's something that I have to accept and take on. And, you know, I think for all of us going through this and trying to focus and maintain our energy through this change and this upheaval, it's like we do have to perceive and be aware and be able to go with the flow, stepping out of our comfort zone, like the Moonology card keeps telling us. And like with this Daughter of the Phoenix card, is talking about a deep cleansing and a preparation. So like a deep cleansing, you know, can be a sickness and a fever, and, you know, remaking your cells in preparation so that they're new. Like you've been literally physically remade. You know, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean, you know, going deep within emotionally and really shedding all these layers of, you know, deep personal trauma that have been holding you back. And now it's like we have all this time to sit here with it and really figure it out. And we're going through this phase of heavenly purification, preparing and initiating our souls so that we can enjoy a greater spiritual peace once this is done. Divine power and advancement on our divine life path. The Tower specifically says, the world may feel as though it's literally falling apart, crashing down around you. This well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is falling apart, and we didn't see it coming. And even though it's painful and confusing, it will be over soon. You'll look back and feel grateful things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. A personal breakthrough in the end. Enjoying greater spiritual peace, divine power, and advancement on your divine life path. Like a phoenix. Here we have the bull with the sword through his eyeballs. 9 more swords in his back. But see, it doesn't intimidate me because a message that I've been getting pretty clearly for the longest is that I have to take all these swords out of my back and examine them unemotionally for the lessons that they're teaching me, and how I can use those lessons to advance myself spiritually and otherwise. So with the Ten of Swords, it is the card of melodrama, ruin, and rock bottom. It says you've let others walk all over you while you play the victim. Is it possible that you love the backstabbing and drama too much to move forward without it? If not for the drama, where would your focus be? Well, it's time to find out. So, sometimes, you know, we find ourselves in these situations that seem to be out of our control, and it just keeps building and building, and it's like so oppressive. And your whole story now about yourself, your whole life story is created around all of this. And you certainly can't see a way out with sword through your freaking eyeballs, right? So it's like this bull has no idea who she even is without all these swords. She can't see who she even would be without all these swords in her back. So it's about, you know, time to create that vision, to strip all of these out of you. Examine what they are. Like if there is resistance that is blocking you, like I was saying before, you have to lean into it and find out what the lesson is. unemotionally observing it, you know, without letting this crush you. And it seems like an odd card to be inspired by, but I find it quite inspirational because it is, like I said, a message that I've been getting quite consistently where, you know, it's been telling me to take these swords out, stop the drama, the melodrama, martyring yourself, you know, taking on these responsibilities and situations that you know make you unhappy, that you know aren't for your highest good and your, you know, true calling, or that you're not using all your talents to their fullest potential and you're just, you know, feeling unfulfilled anyway. So it's like, you know, that you're accepting situations that you shouldn't. And you're comfortable with it, and you don't even know who you would be without this. So it's like, as uncomfortable as it is to walk around with all this pain all the time, it's like, you know, that's your comfort zone. That's your normal. You know, if that's your normal anyways, then there's no time like the present to just meditate and envision what it would be like to not have this as your underlying story. Give yourself the power to pull all these swords out one by one. And read the lesson from them so that you have even more tools to move forward into this new stage of enlightenment. But it's really important to focus and be like the Father of Swords, even though, like I said, it's energy that I don't always gel with or really like want to embody, because I'm more of an emotional being, like many of us are. But this is just, it's something we have to do to balance ourselves. And with that North Node card from the Moonology deck, stepping out of our comfort zone, there's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind. It's this guy here. You're headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. And, you know, please don't take that as any kind of reckless advice to do anything that's, you know, not in all of our best interests right now with the social distancing and mask wearing and sanitizing. But anyways, get going towards the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It is urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? And that's like the third repeated sentiment along that lines of, you know, it's going to be over soon and you're going to be like, wow, there was a revelation, and like the phoenix, you're going to be born again into a new version of yourself that's like more tuned to your higher purpose. Attuned to the moon, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Something that feels like destiny. Face fears and get over it. Stop obsessing about someone or something that keeps you at a lower vibration, and stand on your own 2 feet. You got this. I've had this message before in my readings coming through strong. So it's a karmic point and shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. So we have to let go of control in many ways. I know that many of us are being divinely guided. If you're still not sure of where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing with things changing now, I really, really, really want you to meditate about it. There are so many resources online about meditation right now. I know I heard they're doing a thing with like Netflix and Instagram where they're like doing meditation tips. I mean, like, it's just everywhere. And it's so important. It helps in so many ways. And I still spin out, but if I wasn't doing the meditations, I know it would be worse. And I'm seeing things clearly now, even though I still have to pull a bunch of swords out and do a lot of work. Like, the work is not over, but we have all the tools we need to do the work that we need to do. So I'm just going to see what's on the bottom of the deck, because that's a fun trick we like to do. Nice. We got the Fool. And the Fool is about taking that leap of faith, even though people might think you're crazy or, just completely think you're off your game or out of your gourd for what you want to do. The Fool is ready to fly. And even though he might fall, he's ready to go anyway, and he's going to take the leap. And it's all about new beginnings and points to the side of you that's spontaneous, excited, naive, and inexperienced. So it's like, try something new. It doesn't have to be something you've done before. Approach it with childlike joy. Others may doubt you, doubt your abilities. Be ready to be called a fool, be ready to fall. But no matter what they say, it's your journey and it's already begun. So, like I was saying, up here, we were talking about finding whatever it is that is the least resistance for you, the thing that brings you the most joy. Follow that. Be the fool for yourself. Show up for yourself and be the fool for you. Be a cult of you. And I got the freaking Four of Pentacles again on the top of the deck. So it's just a subliminal, wow, message. And the candle just talked to us, right? So that Four freaking Pentacles, man, has been coming up. More experienced candle makers might know exactly what went on there, because there's like a lot of combustion issues with my candles right now, because I think I just, I kind of wing it, and my pouring wasn't probably perfect, but that just was an oddly timed bubble. So yes, Four of Pentacles suggests material gain and stability, but it's about this is the four pillars of the world in whatever way you perceive it. And it can be, even for you, there can be many different interpretations. And it's about not holding on too tightly to the material aspect of things and the way that you think they should be. So we can't become too possessive or controlling. It leaves the system too rigid and stagnates. And then in this book notes that wealth is a concept. So, it's not just about money. I think that's a big shift that a lot of us want to see in the world, is a shift away from money and toward value. So that was super awesome, I think. And I hope that you all are able to set a positive intent and step out of your comfort zone with me, transforming into the phoenix that you're meant to be here, because that's what we need. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me.